ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
Yeah, we're going to start the program. Welcome on this beautiful day today that we are having this monumental occasion. We're very, very happy to have this. And I feel like it's on Gurpurab. The sun is shining and Houston doesn't have very many nice days. And there's a reason that today is so beautiful. For us to get started, we're going to start with our prayer that we have in every single Divan that we do, and it's going to be led by Paisab, who is the priest of our Sikh Center of Gulf Coast area, and it'll be followed by a brief translation from Dr. Kiran Kaur, who is a renowned doctor in our community. And so with that, we're going to ask that you remain standing, and we're going to go into the national anthem. So with that, we'll start with the Ardas. Paisab?
Out.
तुद आगे अरदास हमारी जियो पिंड सब तेरा कहो नानक सब तेरी वड्याई कोई नाओ न जाने मेरा। बोलना जी वाहिगुरु वाहिगुरु। अरदास एको ओंकार वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। श्री भगवती जी सहाय वार श्री भगवती जी की पातशाही दसवीं प्रथम भगवती सिमर कै गुरु नानक लई ध्याए। फिर अंगद गुर ते अमरदास रामदास होए सहाय अर्जन हर गोबिंदनो सिमरो श्री हर राय। श्री हर कृष्ण ध्याइए जिस डिठै सब दुख जाए। तेग बहादुर सिमरे कर नौन दावे धाए सब थाई होए सहाय। दसवां पातशाह श्री गुरु गोबिंद सिंह जी सब थाई होए सहाय। दसां पातशाहियां दी जोत श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी दे पाठ दीदार दा ध्यान धर के बोलो जे वाहिगुरु। हे निमाणिਆਂ ਦੇ ਮਾਣ ਨੇ ਤਾਣਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਤਾਣ ਨੇ ਓਟਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਓਟ ਨੇ ਆਸਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਆਸਰੇ ਦਾਤਾਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀਓ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਨਾਨਕ ਪ੍ਰਗਟਿਆ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਧੁੰਦ ਜਗ ਚਾਨਣ ਹੋਆ। ਜਿਉਂ ਕਰ ਸੂਰਜ ਨਿਕਲਿਆ ਤਾਰੇ ਛਪੇ ਅੰਧੇਰ ਪਲੋਆ। ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀਓ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਆਪ ਜੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਦਿਹਾੜੇ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਰਪਿਤ ਅਤੇ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਾਵਨ ਅਸਥਾਨ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ 50 ਸਾਲ ਪੂਰੇ ਹੋਣ ਤੇ ਡੈਡੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਸੈਰਾਮਨੀ ਆਫ ਦਾ ਟੈਕਸਸ ਹਿਸਟੋਰੀਕਲ ਮਾਰਕਰ ਸਥਾਪਿਤ ਕੀਤੇ ਜਾਣ ਤੇ ਦਾਤਾਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀਓ ਜਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਦੂਰੋਂ ਨੇੜਿਓਂ ਚੱਲ ਕੇ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਾਵਨ ਅਸਥਾਨ ਪਹੁੰਚੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਸਭਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹਾਜ਼ਰੀ ਦਰ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਕਰਨੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਰੋਂ ਘਰੋਂ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖੀ ਜੀਵਨ ਨਾਮਦਾਨ ਭਰੋਸਾ ਦਾਨ ਤੰਦਰੁਸਤੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਦਾਤਾਂ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਦੇਸ਼ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਦਾ ਅੰਗ ਸੰਗ ਸਹਾਈ ਹੋਣਾ ਸਮੂਹ ਪਰਿਵਾਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੁਖ ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਖੇੜੇ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਨੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਪੰਥ ਨੂੰ ਸਦਾ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਦੇ ਕਾਰਜ ਰਾਸ ਕਰਨੇ ਸਹੀ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਮੇਲ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਤੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਚਿੱਤੇ ਆਵੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾਮ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਭਾਣੇ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਦਾ ਭਲਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਦੋਹਰਾ ਆਗਿਆ ਭਈ ਅਕਾਲ ਕੀ ਤਵੈ ਚਲਾਇਓ ਪੰਥ ਸਭ ਸਿੱਖਨ ਕੋ ਹੁਕਮ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਾਨਿਓ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਜੀ ਮਾਨਿਓ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਗੁਰਾਂ ਕੀ ਦੇਹ ਜੋ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕੋ ਮਿਲ ਵੋਚ ਹੈ ਖੋਜ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਮੈਂ ਰਾਜ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਆਕੀ ਰਹੇ ਨਾ ਕੋਏ ਖੁਆਰ ਹੋਏ ਸਭ ਮਿਲेंगे बचे शरण जो खुआर होए सब मिलेंगे बचे शरण जो बोले सो निहाल श्री अकाल वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
This prayer, either done individually or in a congregation, gives us the opportunity to remember our history, reflect on our principles, and recommit to our codes of conduct. It reminds us daily of how to connect with our divine heritage. We start with a remembrance of our Creator, who is the embodiment of all power, followed by the remembrance of our 10 Gurus and our eternal living Guru, the Guru Granth Sahib Ji. We then remember our ancestors, our beloved Sikhs who through unimaginable trials and tribulations, such as being cut limb by limb, scalped and broken at the wheel, yet they never abandoned their faith and stood firm with dignity and resilience. We then remember the Khalsa Panth, the army of warrior saints, who is guided by service to others and righteous action. Wherever the Khalsa is, may it be blessed and uplifted. We ask as Sikhs to be granted the gift of meditation on your name, the gift of choosing the path of truth and righteousness, the gift of seeing you in all, the gift of unshorn hair, and the gift of living with humility, compassion, and love. We can conclude by remembering Vaheguru, our Creator, as the pride of those without any worldly status, the power of the powerless, and the support of those without any other supports.
Wow.
We ask for forgiveness for our shortcomings, and that you give us the company that allows us to remember you. In the Ardas, we are called to remember our ancestors who don't simply reside in the past, but in this very moment, and in every moment that follows, they stand beside us and with us, whispering in our ears to be brave, to have ever-rising spirits, even in the face of darkness, whether personal or societal. By remembering our divine inheritance and the oneness in all, we pray for the well-being and prosperity of all of humankind. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
बोले सो निहाल श्री अकाल।
Thank you. You may be seated. Sat Sri Akal. I am Judge Monica Singh, and I am proud to be your MC and host for today. We, as I mentioned, we heard from our priest who did the short Ardas, followed by Dr. Kiran Kaur, and this national anthem was done by Harleen Kaur, and I think it's so beautiful that our youth members that are brought up in this Sikh center that got this beautiful and deep connection to music are able to play not only our musical kirtan for our own culture and our own religion, but also for our American culture as well. So with that, I'm going to now invite the current president of the Gurdwara, Amrik Singh Nijjar, to say a few words of welcome. Come on up, Uncle.
Honorable guests and respected Satsang ji, Waheguru ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru ji ki Fateh. That is the traditional Sikh greeting. It reminds us that everything we do as an individual and as a community is guided by the divine will and dedicated to truth and service. On behalf of the Sikh Center Congregation and Management Committee, I warmly welcome and thank you for joining us today. This is a proud and historic moment as the Sikh Center of the Gulf Coast area is officially recognized with a Texas historical marker, a milestone honoring our community's contribution to Texas history. The story of Sikh worship in Texas began in 1971 when the first Sikh immigrant arrived in Houston in pursuit of American dream. A small group of pioneer families began gathering for prayers in homes and soon realized that the need for a Gurdwara of our own. In 1972, they founded the Sikh Center of the Gulf Coast area. The name chosen is reflect not only a place of worship, but also a center for social, cultural, and educational growth. With great determinations, the community purchased this 2-acre site for $10,000 and built the first wooden Gurdwara through volunteer efforts. It was inaugurated on Guru Nanak Dev Ji's birthday in November 1973 with Houston's Mayor Louis Welch declaring it Sikh and Guru Nanak Day. Guru Nanak Dev Ji is the founder of the Sikh religion. Tragically, the structure was damaged by lightning in 1974. Yet, the spirit of community remained unbroken. Prayers continued on the bare ground until in 1975, construction began on permanent brick and steel building that stands here today. By Baisakhi that year, the Sangat celebrate inside the new Gurdwara. Over time, the center expanded, adding classrooms, community kitchen, and in 2019, beautiful new extension with golden domes, lobby, and elevators. Today, we honor those early visionaries and dedicated members whose faith, perseverance built this spiritual home. Thank you to our esteemed guest, respected Sangat, and founding families for being part of the historic celebration. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank you so much for that brief history. And just by way of background, I would be remiss if we weren't sitting on the actual land that this happened in. When Uncle G was talking about the structure, the wooden structure that was first here, it was actually in that corner. And think of like a T building. And that's the structure that ended up burning down. And then we were able to create this building. So this building has been here since that time period. And what's really important is that inauguration of the building that was first built was during the same weekend or month, because it's during Guru Nanak Dev Ji's birthday, and that's what we're celebrating this week. And we're mimicking that same thing 50 years later, and how beautiful that is, just how beautiful that is. And we are so lucky that we have the mothers and fathers that helped create this Gurdwara here today with us as well. We've lost many, but we still have so many. And so we want to recognize them. If they could just stand up and please show everybody the part that they played in helping create this Gurdwara. Everybody who's a founding member of this Gurdwara, do it for your wife, Uncle. Stand up. Daddy. Come on, there's more. There's more. There we go. Look at our founding members. Look how many, they're still so integral in our Gurdwara and who we are. And we thank you for everything that you've done. I was born in 1976, and the first place I was brought after the hospital was here to this Gurdwara. I'm wearing the earrings that my mom wore when she got married and came here. This is such an important site for us. And with that, I want to take that pleasure of introducing to you the co-chair of this event. Now there's two co-chairs, right? There's a secret co-chair and then the other co-chair, right? And you're gonna get mad, but the secret co-chair is Bobby Singh. Everybody knows that, right? And without his help, his programming, really none of this would have happened. He gives a voice to all of the things that we need to have. You know, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is very famous in one of his quotes about women and equality. From women, men are born. So why would we ever criticize them, right? And so one thing that I know about Bobby is that he's always made sure that women have a voice, and was integral in me becoming where I'm at, because when Mayor Lee Brown, sorry, this is not become about you, but the Mayor Lee Brown, when he, was our mayor at the time, that was my first time that Bobby told me to come and speak out loud on behalf of the Gurdwara. And so I thank you for that. So that's the hidden co-chair we've got. And my other co-chair, who is a father to me as well, Inderpal Singh Gumer, also a founding member, and really did raise me, him and his wife growing up, and they still are great family friends of ours. I'd like to invite you to the stage to say a few words. Come on, Uncle.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge Singh, honored guests and members of Sangat. This is the day we've been waiting for over 3.5 years. We qualified in 2022 because our organization was set up in 1972, and we're working since then to wait for this day. Thank you for our county people who helped us getting this day. Now, what is TS, Texas Historical Commission, and what this marker is? What is it? So I went on the site, and let me read a couple of lines. Texas Historical Marker is a state agency dedicated to historic preservation within Texas. And what's marker? What are markers about? Markers commemorate Texas history, including sites that change course of local and state history. And we're proud to be a member of that now. Now, let me come back to our marker story. How did it start? How did it happen? It happened in 2022. One of the founder members, I would say the prime member, who is in California, Dr. Sumanda Singh, he called few of the older people, those who haven't here on that time. He said, he reminded us, hey guys, wake up. In 2023, you'll be completing 50 years of history. And Texas has a program of recognition of 50 years. We all knew just a little bit of heritage, but not known what is all and what was. So he called a couple of times to wake us up. Because I'm here in California, someone here needs to take action to make this happen. So time passed by, another week or two, he made a call. Have you guys done anything? Well, anyway, so I took the initiative and called Texas Historical Commission to find out what is this all about. So I got to speak to a really nice person, receptionist on the other side, and she gave me all the details, what this is, who you are, and where did you qualify. So this is a worship place, so you qualify under church category. So she gave me all the detail, and she also reminded this happens, it goes through the county process. You go through the county to make it happen. So, and she also guided me who to contact in county. And I, luckily, a couple of days gone by, I picked up the phone and she gave me the number. So I called Paul Robert Scott, who's sitting over there. Thank you for being here. And he guided me how all this happened. The process started. Also, he guided us. I asked him, we don't know anything about it. How do we do it? What do we write? So he sent us another churches of history, those who had qualified earlier, and that started our process. So we started that process in 2022, early. And the county has very strict guidelines. What the font would be, and anything you write had to be documented. Where you got it, how you got it, and you had to prove it. So if we go back 50 years, we did not have internet. We didn't have a text message. So how do we keep records? So luckily, I think our founders, they went through the writing process, mail the letters, mail the things, and they have the documentation. So we prepared about 8 to 10 page essay with all the narrative history, who we are, something about the Sikh religion, and submitted on the date I think I have in April 27 to county. We submitted all the document to county. So county forwarded all the document again to the state and the process started. So then there was a cool period. We waited for the county, for the state to make a decision. I'm going to mention a few dates because that has a very importance for us. On July 23rd, 2022, we received a response from the state. That's response, Sikh Center was not copied. It went to the county only. And it said the Sikh Center application is cancelled because they gave a reason. All the individual people who are involved, they are still living. That was the reason given. We know that history is written after event had happened. It's a past tense. In fact, that was not true, but we didn't know. In our essay, we didn't mention that. So that was July 23rd, Saturday. The county, on behalf of us, appealed that decision. And they wrote to, there are a couple other technical points, and they did not agree with what the state had to say. So they appealed on our behalf, and we were copied. So that was again Saturday late. On Sunday morning, I checked that email. I saw that email from the county with what the Texas Historical Commission has said, what they said. So that was Sunday morning. I was getting ready to come to Gurdwara. So then I talked to our president, Amrik Singh, and this is what has happened. This is how state has canceled up. But state had given them two options. Reconsider, county has given them two options there. Reconsider for this one or till the next meeting. Board meets every 3 months. Then later on after I came from Gurdwara, I discussed with Paul Scott, what do we do now? And he gave us, there's one solution, and that has to be acted very promptly, quickly. It was Sunday afternoon. It said the board meets Monday, July 25th and July 26th for 2 days. On Monday, they have the internal function, what they do. On Tuesday, it's an open session. And if you go early ahead, you can sign up to address the board. Each one is given 3 minutes to state your point. So that was fun. So Monday, I discussed with Amrik, our president, and we decided we'll go. So we went Monday, rented a place, and Tuesday morning, early we got there somewhat but 20 to 30 minutes earlier before the board meeting. Guess what? We met our friends there. The one other lady, she worked in the Texas Historical Commission. We told her to mention this, so she'll do what she can. And among the board members, there was one Indian lady, member of the board from Dallas. So we met her, we met other board members, and they were very friendly. We introduced ourselves, why we are here, and thus we met a lot of other board members. So when our time came, I spoke for 3 minutes, Amrik spoke for 3 minutes. We mentioned our point. I did say that because what we were given talking point from the county. So when we addressed on two things. First, we did have 2 founding members that have passed away. We did not mention, we'll revise our essay, and that's how, so they listened to us. Then the other point was, this was not clear as we were told from county. So I spoke 3 minutes, Amrik spoke 3 minutes. At the end, the board decided in favor of us that we do deserve a marker. That was a good moment. And the marker chair, what happened to be there, so we met him, and they assigned a smaller marker. When we came back and talked to the county, they said, no, you deserve a full-size marker. So that struggle number 2 started from there. It took us a while. By the time we finished with that, and we got the good marker. And today we're here. We have the marker physically came in earlier this year, but today is the day dedication. Thank you all. Thank you for all who support. It's a good historical moment for us. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki
I think the lesson in that is that government bureaucracy is longer than the 50 years of history that we've got here, right? Okay. Okay, so we are excited to have Council Member Jillian Ramirez here representing not only the city, but our mayor. If I could have you come up and present the proclamation today.
Wow, it is such a privilege to be with you this afternoon on this beautiful afternoon at this beautiful place, and I'm here in person out of respect for the contributions the Sikh community has made to the city of Houston and how important you are. And I do want to present this proclamation. I won't be long out of respect for your comfort and for the others who are here. But as the judge said, I'm Julian Ramirez. I'm one of your at-large city council members representing the entire city if you live in our great city. And the proclamation says that I and the city of Houston extend our sincere appreciation to the Sikh Center of the Gulf Coast area for their continuous dedication to the region, not only as a place of worship, but also as a hub for community life. The recognition by the Texas Historical Commission of the Sikh Center as deserving the official Texas Historical Marker only further proves the center's importance. The Sikh Center, established in 1972 by 5 families, desire to serve the Gulf Coast community, was the first of its kind in the Southwest United States of America. And since its founding, it has served as a place for langar, youth education, events for the wider public, and has created a home base for the Sikh population as they came to Houston seeking opportunity. The historical designation reminds us of the importance of preserving the places that bring people together and keep the heart of our community alive. And it's my privilege to present this to you at this time. Thank you so much.
Sorry, I should have had them lined up for you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks. Thank you for being here.
And at this time, I'd like to invite the tag team effort of Paul Robert Scott and Deborah Blaylock Sloan from the Harris County Historical Commission, and Mr. Scott is actually the former county chair, the County Marker Commission. And these are the people who made it happen. So I'll hand it over to you because I also understand that Deborah Blaylock Sloan will have some proclamations at the end. Mr. Scott? Go ahead, start, please.
I don't have a proclamation.
You go first.
No, I go.
Thank you.
Well, I'm told I'm here to represent the bureaucracy. But I'm one of the good guys, I think. The point I would like to make to everyone here is that while the Texas Historical Commission bestowed the marker, finally, and while the Harris County Historical Commission facilitated it, the real people who made this a historical site are the founders and the congregants who have maintained this center for over 50 years. They're the ones who had the vision, they're the ones that had the determination, they're the ones that had the ability to make it happen, and they made it happen. They are the heroes here, not the bureaucrats.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I do concur with the judge. It is a beautiful day for such a momentous occasion, and I am so glad that I get to wear my regular head garb when I'm having a bad hair day. So thank you. I will read a proclamation from the governor just quickly. To all whom these presents shall come, greetings. Know ye that this official certificate is presented in recognition of the Sikh Center of the Gulf Coast Area, Inc., receiving a Texas Historical Commission official Texas Historical Marker on Sunday, November 9th, 2025, signed Greg Abbott, Governor of Texas. Okay, and just one more, and I will get to the important part. Whereas the designation of a Texas Historical Marker for the Sikh Center stands as a lasting testament to the community's enduring values and the efforts of pioneering Sikh families to establish a place of worship that would unite and serve our entire region. Now, therefore, I, Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo, do hereby celebrate the 6th Center of the Gulf Coast area on the occasion of the unveiling of their Texas historical marker and with gratitude for all they have given to Harris County. Signed, Lena Hidalgo, County Judge.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to thank you so much. At this time, I'd like to invite Allie Smither. She's the Chief of Staff for Molly Cook. Very supportive Senator Molly Cook of the Texas Senate District 15 for your proclamation. Thank you.
Hello, thank you all so much for having me today. Senator Cook would have loved to be here, but she sent in her stead a proclamation on behalf of herself and Representative Lacey Hall, and I'll read you just a short excerpt. Whereas for more than 5 decades, the Sikh Center has played an important role in the Sikh community of the Gulf Coast, and it is a pleasure to join in honoring the center for providing a welcoming place for learning and worship. Thank you so much and congratulations.
Good job.
And she said it really quick, but Lacey Hall is actually the representative for this area. So it is momentous when we're having representatives from this area. And with that too, our county commissioner, Rodney Ellis, is being represented by Sophie Adams today. This is in his jurisdiction and the commissioner couldn't be here, but I'm so happy that he sent a representative on his behalf.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Commissioner Ellis would love to be here, but he has other commitments this morning. But in his place, he sent a resolution, and I'll read the last paragraph to be brief. Whereas the Sikh Center continues to stand as a beacon of inclusion and generosity, enriching Houston's diverse cultural landscape while advancing the Sikh principles of equality, compassion, and service to humanity. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Office of Commissioner Rodney Ellis celebrates the Texas Historical Commission's recognition of the Sikh Center of the Gulf Coast area Inc. and commends the Sikh community for its steadfast contributions to Harris County's cultural, spiritual, and civic life. Adopted on this 9th day of November 2025 by Harris County Precinct 1 Commissioner Rodney Ellis. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And the next guest I'm going to invite is Alice Lee, and I have to give a little bit more context for her. She's representing Commissioner Leslie Briones. Commissioner Leslie Briones is commissioner of Precinct 4, and she was the judge of the court that I now serve. So when she stepped down from being a judge from my court, or our court, she ran for commissioner, or county commissioner, as county commissioner 4. So I'm very happy that she's also coming to represent because she supported our community by opening up that bench for me. So Alice?
Good afternoon, and thank you so much, Judge Singh, and everyone here today. It is a true privilege to be here representing Commissioner Leslie Briones, who is truly like a sister to Monica and to many of you here in this community. It's very humbling to be here and to celebrate your core values, and it is something that we try to emulate at Harris County Precinct 4, where we have nearly 500 public servants, and we all want to serve humanity, and you represent the best of humanity here, and what a great legacy you're leaving for your community. So thank you so much for this opportunity, and we will continue to support you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to now invite a very, very important member of the Asian community. And what's really important to know about Representative Gene Wu is that not only does he fight for us as a people, and you've seen him on TV many a times, especially in this last few months, representing his district in such a manner. And now, one of the things that we thought about when we were putting this program together is that we wanted to make sure that the representation represented who we were and the people who fought for us. And one of the main people in the Asian American community that keep advancing the Asian American community and people like myself is Representative Gene Wu. So I would love to invite you to the stage for a few words.
Thank you so much. It is a pleasure to be here. I apologize for being late earlier, but in my defense, in my 13 years of being in office, this is the first time an Asian event has ever started on time. So there's that. Look, I have a resolution here from the state of Texas congratulating this day and congratulating the community. I'm not going to read it. It says the same things that everyone else says. But let me tell you why this is important, why today is important, why the marker is important, why having the sheriff here, having council members, having a former mayor, having county officials, state officials, the Senate is represented, the House of Representatives is represented. Why is it important? Because the Sikh community is important. Because the Sikh community is an important part of our greater community. And we should not forget that they are important. And this is important especially today. Because around this country, around the world, people are telling communities like yours, communities like mine, that they don't belong. That this home is not your home. That this country does not belong to you as it belongs to everyone who calls themselves an American, right? This marker here today is one more piece that people cannot easily take away to prove the Sikh community is important and we are here and we are not going anywhere. And I know today is a day of celebration, but celebrations are also about remembering. And what I know of the Sikh people is that you are an ancient and powerful community. That around the world, you are known for being fierce warriors. But more so, the Sikh community is known for being staunch defenders of justice, of equality, of peace. And I would hope that today is a reminder to everyone here, especially the next generation, that there must always be people who are willing to be fierce warriors to defend justice and peace and equality. And I hope that those warriors will come from this community, just as you have sent us Judge Monica Singh, and just as you have sent us Bobby Singh as well. I hope you keep sending more warriors to our community, and you will make America a stronger and more beautiful place, and we will put even more markers up, recognizing that the Sikh community is here and they are important. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm staying here.
Thank you so much.
I told you he was a big deal. I'm going to invite Bobby to take over the rest of the program. Bobby Singh.
Thank you, Judge. I don't know about taking over a program. You never take a program over from judge, any judge, right? Let me just acknowledge a few things first before I introduce a couple of our guest speakers as well. One is, I call it Monica, and I'm going to continue to call her Monica. She was born at this Gurdwara Sahib, right? Myself, my wife Jasmita, my mother, who's going to be 89, my sister-in-law and my brother, we have been coming to this Gurdwara Sahib for the last 43 years and change. So we have grown up here, okay? So I want to acknowledge, if you look around the last election, we heard this state rep, Sikh state rep got elected in this state, the senator got elected in this state, so on and so forth. But let me set the record straight. Judge Monica Manpreet Singh represents 5 million people. There's no other elected Sikh official in the country who serves a greater audience and constituents than Judge Singh. I know she's one of our own, so we take her for granted, but I think continue to acknowledge her. We hope you're successful in your March primary, and absolutely would love to have you seat back and continue to serve our community as you have done so compassionately and with grace and honor. So thank you for what you do for us as well. I do want to recognize the Sevadars as well. Often forgotten are the chairs that you're sitting on, the things that were materially put in front, and so on and so forth. Where's my dear friend Ladi? Ladi is here somewhere. Ladi, thank you, and his group of volunteers who allowed us to, in fact, logistically put this thing together in front of you. If I may make one request of each one of you before you leave. If you remember nothing, if you say nothing, do me one thing, okay? And I'm going to ask the founders and their spouses and their family to one more time, please stand. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਨੂੰ ਫਾਊਂਡ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਏ ਹਨ ਅੱਜ ਉਹ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਖੜੇ ਹੋਣ ਐਂਡ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਕੀਪ ਸਟੈਂਡਿੰਗ ਮੇਰੀ ਹੰਬਲ ਰਿਕੁਐਸਟ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਗਰ ਇਹ ਫਾਊਂਡਰਸ ਦੀ ਵਿਜ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਫੋਰਸਾਈਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਸ਼ੂਗਰਲੈਂਡ ਦਾ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਹੈ ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਵਰੀਨ ਦਾ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਹੈ ਫਿਰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ SNC ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਹੈ all the Sikh gurdwaras around are seed from here right so my request to you is ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ founders ਹੈਗੇ ਆ please say thank you to them it is their courage it's their vision and it's their fortitude they came here left a country that they love they settled here and allowed all of us to be part of what you are witnessing today. So I humbly want to thank you again and do it with a Jaikara. Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji ki Fateh, Bole So Nihal. Forever we are grateful to each and every one of you. You may be seated. Thank you. Now to my next guest. It's easy to have champions in the community, and the next two speakers as are such, like Jean who spoke before me. He was a council member first, and then he marched ahead, ran for the sheriff's office. He has been serving us since 2016. He serves about 5 million people in the Harris County as constituents, a budget of $1.5 billion. All of the numbers are important, but what's most important is the accommodation policy for the Sikh males with the stars who continue to serve in the sheriff's office. So the sheriff's office and the Sikh community are connected like there's no other community connected with the sheriff's office. I think we all remember the sacrifice of Deputy Dhariwal. We continue to honor his legacy. And I'm fortunate to say and recognize the officers who continue to serve here to my right
thank you for your service. Do want to recognize Deputy Nijjar and Deputy Amrit, who continue to serve within his organizations with the STARS Articles of Faith and the fight that went all the way to Department of Justice in Washington. It was not easy. And kudos to then Commissioner and now Commissioner, I say Commissioner, always a Commissioner and a Sheriff, which we continue to thank you for your ongoing service. It's my pleasure to now invite the Honorable Harris County Sheriff, Commissioner, come on over, Sheriff Ed Gonzalez.
Apologies for the Commissioner.
Thank you, Bobby, for the invitation. And Judge Singh, always a pleasure to see you. And greetings to the entire Sikh community and to all members of this congregation. It's such an honor to be with you on such a momentous occasion. What beautiful weather we have today. And also on a special day as we remember and pay tribute to Guru Nanak Dev Ji's birthday as well. As we reflect on his teachings of love, equality, justice, oneness, and peace. May those all be values that we continue to embrace and continue to live on through our daily efforts. And so, again, a special occasion. But today, it's also a special occasion, as you've already heard, for this very special historical marker. It's wonderful as we reflect back on those early families in the early 1970s that had that vision and optimism to come into this region seeking a better life and seeking better opportunities. And what a tremendous legacy they leave behind, not only for this location, but for the other Gurdwaras as well, as you've already heard. And so they deserve our recognition and respects as well. That vision that they had, and 50 years is a long time. Many things happen in our community and our country over the past 50 years, but one thing is constant, and that's the many contributions of the Sikh community, not only here, but abroad. You have given us your very best to our agency, and Deputy Dhaliwal, my other colleagues that are here today, and so many more. And you've impacted so many other sectors as well in our community and abroad. And so over those 50 years, the Sikh community has only continued to grow and become even stronger. And so we commend you for that, and we're excited to see what the next 50 years will bring. But we got to make sure that we stay diligent and steadfast, as Representative Wu mentioned, because freedom and justice isn't always promised. It's something that has to continuously be defended. And so we stand with you. And during my course of my professional history, whether it be on city council or now as sheriff, I've greatly appreciated the partnership that we have with the Sikh community. I ask that always continue to endure and last, that friendship and partnership that we have. And I'd be remiss not to recognize Mayor Parker as well. We both served on Houston City Council. She was the mayor at that time, and she was such a strong advocate for historical preservation in our region and did so much tremendous work. Glad to see her now as a candidate for a county judge as well. And it's great. I know it's special for her as well to see these markers placed in places that are deserving, because as we've heard, it's a remembrance, not only for those that are here that have been a part of that history, those that are still here, but also those that will come down the road that could see and learn the greatness that has happened here in this site and beyond, the many contributions that should always be remembered and recognized. I want to thank also the commission members as well that put in a hard work. Yes, we all operate within a bureaucracy, but it's our job to make sure the bureaucracy works for the people. And in this case, it did. And so we commend you for that. Thank you for your hard work. And thanks all of you for being a part of this special occasion and marking this special momentous occasion. Thank you so much. And again, Sat Sri Akal to everybody.
Thank you, Sheriff. I appreciate your leadership and continuous support for the Sikh community. You're a dear friend, and the Sikhs stand with friends. Thank you. I'll introduce our last speaker, then Monica is going to come back. And then for the founders and the management committee and other people who are elected and people who are representing other elected officials, we will have the official unveiling right after. So please, I ask for grace for another few minutes. Our next speaker
You know her very well because she's been a featured speaker and an advocate for all of us. I'm biased because she's a personal friend and has been for 25, 30 years now. She served us 6 years at City Council, then 6 years of City of Houston Controller. Then we were fortunate to have her as our esteemed mayor for 6 years as well. So public service is something she has been championing for many years, 18 years of public service, right? So she's been a wonderful advocate at all levels for the Sikh community. If some of you may remember in 2015 or 16, 2015, maybe I got my years wrong. If you remember, there was an attack at the Gurdwara Sahib in Wisconsin. 6 people were killed, and that time Mayor Parker was in office, and she said, Bobby, I want to do something for our community. And she was generous enough to host a candlelight vigil at the City Hall steps. Many of you here today were present. There were thousands of people at a candlelight vigil where we honored the people who were killed and massacred at the Gurdwara Sahib in Wisconsin. After which, she had an opportunity to take a trade mission to India. And I was fortunate enough to travel with her. She made a point in New Delhi saying, I want to visit Bangla Sahib, Gurdwara Sahib. Not only she visited, she spent time acknowledging, learning the history of Sikhism in Bangla Sahib. So at this point, I hope you've heard enough from me, but hopefully you know her. I want us to make sure that we stand and support the friends who got us here. She is going to be our Harris County judge. I'm optimistic, but we will all need to be part of that journey. At this point, let me invite our friend and former mayor of City of Houston, Anise Parker.
Thank you for allowing me to be here and to be a part of this ceremony today. Sheriff and Bobby, you were both very, very generous with the campaign plug. I appreciate it. But Bobby Singh knows that I am passionate about preservation. I believe that it is critical that we preserve the history of our community. And this event today is a celebration of another milestone in the history of Houston and Harris County. It's also important as we look at history to acknowledge the strands of our history in this community. We don't all look alike, we don't all worship alike, that diversity is not a dirty word. Diversity can and should be a strength, and we have been the proof of that over many years. Yeah. I'm also here because I want to speak just briefly about the power of relationships. Bobby and Jasmita have been wonderful friends over the years and have been generous in giving me lessons, a little of the history of Sikhism, and to allow me to go and worship at the Gurdwara in New Delhi, but also in making sure that I stay connected to this community. The power of friendship, the power of relationships is how we are going to get through this period in America where those bonds among communities seem to be fraying. Because we are here on the anniversary of the birth of Guru Nanak Ji, I think it is important to recommit ourselves to his principles and to realize that we have to keep planting the seeds of respect, of peace, of equality. Any seed needs to be nourished. It needs to be watered. It needs to be tended. And we have to continue to do that. And I'm going to finally end with an image I want you to have. I've been reading recently about spider silk. I know, spider silk. It is apparently one of the strongest natural materials. But a strand of spider silk is small enough to fly away in the wind and almost invisible. But a strand of spider silk wrapped with another strand, with another strand, with another strand, with you and you and you and all of us, can be strong enough to lift up the whole world. So let us bind our strands of strength together. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those kind words. I have one more introduction of Judge Jermaine Thomas, who's actually my colleague and serves with me side by side every single day. Judge Thomas, thank you for coming. And I'm going to invite you, Jean Wu, Representative Wu, and Councilmember Ramirez, Bobby Singh, no title, but has big titles, and Sheriff Gonzalez to please come. We're going to go ahead and start with the unveiling of this beautiful historical marker. No, yes, definitely. Come on, Uncle. The founders, all the founders. I want the women up here first because we know that you guys did all the work.
No, they'll be right here.
They'll be there. They'll be fine. You know, one thing they're not shy about is taking pictures.
That's
Okay, can we just all put our hands here? There you go.
Waheguru, Waheguru, Waheguru.